I miss my friends.
I'm sorry, hello, she's a scholar.
Call me greedy.
Hi, gorgeous.
Who would have thought that was gonna be on my 2025 bingo card? I did it. Don't give up. She's read 1,200 pages in 2 weeks. And then, you know, daughters just do what they do. They get there, especially oldest daughters, they get there and they figure shit out. You've been looking at probably a
Don't
year
piss
ago.
me off. Don't piss me off.
Wait a damn minute. Now let me tell you about this book. I did cry. Somebody's gotta die or something.
Indulge in a hobby of reading.
I'm a romance reader now, and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
I just got back from my walk. And I've started reading this like so, oop, this is probably loud. I've started reading this so very slow because I just like, I'm obsessed with it. Just don't want it to end. It's like the perfect, I'm loving it and I just don't want it to end. I know there's 2 more books coming, but the second one's not being released till June. So I'm just eating it up, truly. But I was listening to it on my walk. We have 27 minutes left. And I was like, I have to just, something is about to go down, like something that has been needing to be known this whole time, and I need to lock the fuck in it. So I'm listening. Sometimes I'll do this if I've like been doing one or the other and then want to switch. I'll kind of, it's called immersive reading, I believe, where you listen and read along. And it like feels like in school, you know, when you're doing read along. So I like to have both sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna lock in and finish this and see what happens. Epilogue? What the hell was that? This better be of substance. "20 pages? Wait a damn minute. Okay, so that's not, the epilogue is done on chapter for 5 more freaking pages, and that chapter's done. So this is a bonus chapter. Damn. I got. I did not at all see that. I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh, I wasn't even thinking. Okay, so now I have another chapter of Harper. I'm about to get, do I have more? Okay, it looks like just 1 more chapter of Harper. 384. Okay, 10 pages. I can do this. We have done quite a bit of reading since we last spoke. So let's get to it. All right, I'm gonna be starting from the bottom because that's the order I read them. I just kind of start sticking them in a opposite of a TBR, a recently read pile, until I can grab them and speak about all of them to you guys. Okay, and then after this, I'm gonna have to do some bookshelf rearranging. We'll actually do that in this vlog too, because I have been here long enough gotten everything in their first place. And so things really do have homes, and now we've read enough books that we're gonna have to like shift some TBRs here and there. We've got a gorgeous bookshelf behind us. Anyway, starting here, we read The Perfect Marriage. I love Geneva Rose. I love, love, love Geneva Rose. I was so excited that The Perfect Divorce, that The Perfect Marriage did get a sequel. Anytime there's even 2 books in a series, like I love a standalone, but I love when I can have more. I love Call Me Greedy. I love when there's more. This is not a big book. She's pretty, let's see how many pages. 275. You'll fly through it. It just really was like a fun place to pick up from the last story and get right back into Miss, I think it's Sarah Miller. Oh my god, bookmark. I've been looking at that. That's perfect. Actually, okay. I need to check the rest of these because I'm actually missing 2 more. I'm just gonna love a Geneva Rose book every time. I mean, this wasn't my favorite book that I've ever read in my life, but again, I just like having more. So this is a sequel to The Perfect Marriage. We're gonna put these so that we can start seeing them. Next up, I read the first 2 books, and this is Light Lark, Nightbane, Skyshade. I read the first 2, and then I just like never, I had the 3rd one, didn't pick it up, was like, okay, well I guess I'll just read that other one in that series. Like there's still 2 more books coming that I'm very excited about. Actually, I think the Oro and Grimm one is released, but I just found myself like not excited to pick this one up, and then I like loved reading it the entire time I was reading it. Like I think it was just because I was not maybe a mood. I was reading this during the move, and so I just maybe sometimes with World, but like you just, is this another bookmark? I've been looking for these since the move. This is all the stuff that y'all, I wanted to put this on our gallery wall. These are my pictures that are always like on my fridge, that have been on my fridge since literally like high school. We have like photo strips of us over the years. How fun. Oh, there's me and Charla. How fun. Okay, well I'm finding all kinds of goodies, you guys. Anyway, thoroughly enjoyed. I love the Oro and Grimm. Like, I feel like sometimes with these, like, they're fantasies, but I feel like they're so intro to fantasy for me. This, even Red Queen, what else? Like, I wish I understood them more. Sometimes I wish that I was reading things like this with Madison too, because she's so good at just like picking up on the things that I don't. But I really, really did enjoy this series, and I'm going to keep reading this. Light Lark, and probably this one have been my favorite. I really did like Nightbane too, actually. Now that I'm honestly thinking about it, I think that I had to have not been in like a fantasy mood. But I love Oro, love Grimm, love everything about this series, honestly. And they're pretty. Next up, okay, we got this book together in, let me make sure there's no memorabilia in any of these. Actually, this one is supposed to have the bookmark of where I got, oh, and it does, and it does. When I get books from different stores, I try to keep the bookmark that came with it in there so I know. Or else I'll try to write them. But this one I got in Chatham on our road trip in Cape Cod. This was so fun. We actually started this, Annica and I, together on the way back home. We started the audiobook because just when you're driving 14 hours, you gotta look at the rotation. This was really good. It is about a mother-daughter situation. Like the mom is kind of dating somebody that the daughter does not think is who he says he is. This is just from the top of my head. I think I actually might have notes from some of these. Nick Radcliffe is a man of substance and good taste. He has a smile that can melt the coldest heart and a knack for putting others at ease. He's just what Nina Swan needs in her life after her husband's unexpected death. But to Nina's adult daughter, Ash, Nick seems too slick, too polished, too good to be true. So then the daughter starts putting things together. Like it just really is, you want to know what happened, you know? Great book. And I love Lisa Joel. So that was another thriller. Next up, I got this one. I think I got this one at the Barnes & Noble in Union. Yes, I got this on release day in Union Square at the biggest Barnes & Noble in the world. This was great. I love a Megan Miranda book. This one was about Becky Bowery. She never thought she'd return to her college town. Her parents were professors at the college town. Like, she was from the college town. Her parents were professors there. She's like named after one of the buildings on campus. Something tragic happens her senior year and she has to dip, and so they thought that she was never gonna come back. She leaves, but her daughter wants to go to college here, okay? And so her daughter, she's been like trying to keep the story of what happened back then a secret from her daughter. And then, you know, daughters just do what they do. They get there, especially eldest daughters, they get there and they figure shit out. So a thrilling novel that uncovers the true lengths we'll go to in order to protect the ones we love. Had a great time. And I always feel like Megan, I kept calling this You Don't Belong Here, but I think it's You Belong Here. Yeah, you belong here. I love her books. They're always fun. I hate that I don't have her on rings right now, but we're gonna ignore that. How funny would it be if we had just a compilation of all the times that I freaked out about not having on rings? Okay, next up. Should I go put on rings? I'm not gonna think about anything else. I'm sorry. Okay, now I feel like the lighting low-key just got like worse. That's suspicious. That's weird. Stay. No. Push. Okay. Poop. Are we good? What is this little guy doing? Okay. Oh, he's a distraction now. Next up, we had another thriller. This one, signed edition. Wasn't expecting to get this one, but I love Holly Jackson, and this one was at Barnes & Noble as a signed copy when I was there picking You Belong Here up, and I was immediately intrigued. I am intrigued always by Holly Jackson, but this one just like felt very cool. I was like, there's some substance to this book, okay? The brain scan on the top. Now let me tell you about this book. I did cry. Do we have notes on this one yet? When did I start taking notes? Yeah. I have notes on this one. Okay, so it is so new that Seasons of the Sticks by Noah Kahn was referenced. I was like, what? What is she? Okay, I have a bullet point that just says love. So, okay. Pissed at her illness. That is very relatable. I have written down, yeah. Let me just tell you about the plot actually first. So basically, homegirl has a brain injury caused by someone else, aka an attempted, and she is given a certain amount of days to live, and she basically has to solve her own homicide. I cried at the end of this. Like I cried at the end of this. I remember truly loving this. Okay, she was pissed at her illness. That was very relatable. It's Holly Jackson's first adult book. She's usually a young adult author. It still did feel very like young adult to me. I love a YA. I don't even care. Like who cares? There's some of the best books ever written are considered young adult, but like, so usually that doesn't deter me, but I didn't mind it. I was like used to her writing and I like her style writings, but it did, you know. The letters. Why did I immediately start crying? I think that's when I started getting really emotional in this book. Like it just, because there's something, I don't want to give too much away because you really should just go into this. Oh my God, even like seeing the letters, like it's so, because her handwriting just gets like, oh, this was a great book. This was a really good book. Great plot. And she's pretty thick. Let's see. 392 pages, so about 400 pages. I can't think too much about it because I'll start getting upset. Okay. Then I was ready to get back in. After that, I said, somebody's got to die or something. Like, we got to get back in. We got to get back into some different, I had to jump genres, if you will, okay? This was so good. And I know that like a lot of people in the Butcher and Blackbird series, this is the third book in the Ruinous Love trilogy. Butcher and Blackbird was just awesome, okay? Leather and Lark was okay. Liked it. This one, I started out being like, is it just gonna be Butcher and Blackbird like beating these out of the water? But I cried at the end of this one too. Like there's like so much healing. There's healing at the end, or there was for me as a reader. Like I really did enjoy this book. And if the Ruinous Love trilogy is essentially about like serial killers falling in love. So it's about 3 brothers and each of the brothers has a book. And so this is the third and final brother. And honestly, if you have the opportunity to like also listen to these on audiobook, those accents really bring the characters to life, in my opinion. So third and final, and this one's gonna go with the rest of their family now. This was a really, really fun read, and honestly, like it's been a while now that I've read Butcher and Blackbird, and like I think Butcher and Blackbird was the first ever romance book, even though it's like a dark romance. Like it was the first romance book that I ever read, and it is what got me into romances, and we will talk about that shortly. We're missing something. Then we moved on to The Surrogate Mother. I think, yeah, this one was next. This one we read in Miami. I don't love a pregnancy trope of any kind, usually. I don't like reading about any sort of pregnancy anything. Wonder why. And so a lot of times when it's, especially, I mean, obviously this is going to be about some sort of pregnancy related something. And it didn't bother me. Now, it was more like heavily focused on like IVF and things like that. So like maybe if that is hard for you to read, let's skip this one. But I feel like Frida books are just so quick chapters. What was that for? Quick chapters, very like, I say this I think every single time, but I do just feel like I'm watching a TV show, a movie or something when I'm reading one of these books. Like I can turn my brain off, just be entertained. I'm not trying to guess. Now, some of them are definitely misses. She's written, so you ain't gonna like all of them, but Miss Girl's a brain surgeon. So like she's got some good things to say. I will say I have not read, she just released her first hardback. I've not read it just yet, and I've honestly not. I know when I'm in the mood for a Frida, and now that she's got a new one out, I need to just wait until I'm in the mood. You're having a hard time today, my guy. I know when I'm in the mood for a Frida, and I know when that's what I need to read. You know, there's just, I mean, come on. Are we just gonna be like this now? Anyway, I did like it. I did. Oh, I think I have notes on this. I didn't know where the story was headed. Like the whole time I was like, what is even happening here? Like, and I don't try to figure it out. Like, I just let the story be told to me. So I really just never had a clue where this story was going. And then I had chapter 4. It was so perfectly set up that I literally like out loud said, oh my gosh, she's gonna do it. And then the next chapter, or the next paragraph was instant gratification because boom, she did it. Like, it's very well written. And I love Miss Frida. My two that I don't love are the boyfriend and the teacher. What else did I not love? I liked One by One. I usually recommend people just to start with the Housemaid series because it's so good, and there's 3 and a novella, and we're about to get a movie, so. Okay, I read Sky and Sparrow. I went to my Frida because this is when I was traveling during this, and I did decide to dive into my very first romance series without any killing involved, without any torture, without any knives, just a good old sports romance. Now, I knew that I just was really at the end of the Ruinous Love trilogy, because I always knew that once I like started that first Butcher and Blackbird romance, I was like, okay, I like this one. There's 2 more books to come. But I didn't read them back to back. I kind of spread them out. And then after that was done, I was like, well, I don't have anything now romance that I'm reading. So I didn't want to just dive straight in to dark romance. If I'm gonna like romance, sorry, I've got my Sunny Angel. If I'm gonna like romance, it does need to be in a way that I am going to actually enjoy it. Like, I'm not gonna need to read a story about some cowboy out west coming in to save the day. Don't give a, you know, I don't like just the fluffy romance. Like, it needed to be appealing to me. This is also, you want to read stuff that appeals to you, you know? So I was like, what do I like? Sportsmen, athletes. Let me read a couple. This book, I mean, I could start from page 1 right now and read it again. And the fact that while I was reading this, I knew there was 4 more books. Okay, let me where do I need to start from this? Because this is gonna be kind of a tangent. This is the Windy City series. Here's 3 of them. The other 2 right back there. Waiting, hoping, wishing, dreaming. First you meet Evan Zanders and Stevie. What's Stevie's last name? Don't tell me. Don't Stevie. Her brother is Shay. Stevie Shay. Stevie Shay and Ryan Zanders. I just want to thank you for being my first, just like. And a lot of people say that this is their like least favorite book out of all 5. Get a grip. Get a grip. Don't you be talking on my girl Stevie like that. Like that. Okay, so Stevie's a flight attendant. Xander's is a hockey player, and she's the flight attendant for the hockey team, okay? I'm not going to tell you any more than that because it's just like it's a romance. Like, you can put 2 and 2 together here. It had me kicking my feet. Like, I was so excited, and the whole time I genuinely was like, you mean to tell me I'm going to get glimpses of them in 4 more books? Please. I went straight into this big dog after that. I said, give me more of these motherfuckers. I need to know. So Stevie's twin brother is actually Ryan, the main character of this book. And the female main character, I'm not going to tell you anything about her because if I say anything, you just should. I love going into books as blindly as possible, but the female main character, like, it's just so fun. See little glimpses of like yourself in characters too. And he built her a bookshelf. Like that. There's things that when you read about book boyfriends that you're like, that just like doesn't happen in real life. And then there's things that you read and you're like, that will happen to me in real life. Like, if a man ever built me a bookshelf, I'd lose all self-control. I'm not gonna lie. I read these 2 and I said, more bookmarks? Wait, I forgot I got these. Oh my gosh. I actually got them to frame. How fun. I think these would be cute on our gallery wall. Because Miami like gives very old school. I mean, the memorabilia I have been collecting in this, and my battery's low. I've already had to delete 100 things on this. Okay, I read these 2 and I said, you're not going to care about anything else, are you? This is going to be you're gonna read all 5 of these and you're going to restart them immediately. Like, this is going to be who you like. This is your new hyperfixation. These are also the reason that this one's smaller than the rest of them is this one was a UK version and the rest were just regular. I will say, if you're looking at Pango, a lot of them are the UK version, which is like they're just a little bit tinier, but it makes it a little bit thicker. Barnes & Noble, I know, does still have these, and if you remember, you do get 10% off paperbacks. These are kind of hard to find, to be totally honest, because they just released them in new covers. Personally, don't book with the new covers at all. Like, I don't like the new covers at all. I want to be looking like I am reading an adult book, and to me, those, like, once they get a little bit too cartoony, it's not the vibe for me. This right here, though, this looks like I'm reading a cool-ass book, and maybe it looks a little smutty, but like this is so much cooler to me. I read these two and I thought, you only have 5 of these and you know how heartbroken. I mean, if y'all know me, you know that I like won't finish the last episodes of, I've still never seen the last few episodes of Gilmore Girls, because just when there's stuff that I love, I learned from my obsession with growing up with Harry Potter, like I can't just have things end. Like I need to be able to still like imagine what's going on and everybody's still good. Like, you know, I have to protect myself at the end of the day. And so I knew that I needed to have still 3 books to read. Like I knew that I didn't need to just fly through this series. I knew that I loved them so much and people just say they kept getting better and better that I needed to slow the hell down. And I tried. I read 1 book in between. We'll talk about that in a minute. I read 1 book and I thought I got to get back to these bitches. Like I have got, I miss my friends. This one I was the least excited to read about, and people were so excited for me to read that. People were like, you just wait till you get to Kai, you just wait till you get to Kai. A Single Baseball Dad doesn't do it for me like it does for y'all. I'm gonna be totally honest, because maybe it's just speaking from personal experience here, but just because he's on the baseball team and he's got a kid don't mean he's a good person.
And child. Anyway, so
I was just like, I don't really care to read about. And then Kai told me to shut my damn mouth real quick. And you know, it just is a good reminder that every story is different, because what a wonderful story. I really like, I got to about right here and I was like truly like reading slow, because I was like, this cannot end. Why did I even pick this up and start reading this? I should have just left this alone. Like I just loved it, and I loved Miller, the female main character in this. I just loved Miller. I loved Miller. I loved Kai. I loved Max. I think it's Max. I really liked this book. It did surprise me. I think that maybe because I went into it with like not low expectations, I knew I would really like it, and I knew I was excited to get to know this couple and like see the glimpses of my other couples. And I already did kind of know Kai from the first 2 books. Like he was referenced several times. Now Kai, I didn't tell you guys that. So Xander's hockey, basketball, baseball. The next ones are another baseball and hockey, and they're all guys on sports teams in Chicago. So it's all based in Chicago. It's fun. Like this one, she was from Nashville, so there's a lot of like references to Nashville, and there's a lot of, it's just, I mean, I see myself in every character. I'm a romance reader now, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. And I owe it to this friend group right here. These are my best friends. With that said, I will not be reading the last 2 until I can read them in Chicago. Like I have to read the last 2 in Chicago. Like I need to let myself enjoy the time I have with them. You know what I mean? Okay, and lastly, now this one was in between Right Move and Caught Up, but we read Taurus Season. Taurus Season is the first in a trilogy. It's the only one released right now in the Seasons of Carnage trilogy, also by Brynn Weaver. She's our Butcher and Blackbird Ruinous Love trilogy author as well. I just like, as after reading The Mile High and The Right Move, I was like, I don't only care about romances right now. But I just didn't know another like sports romance that had as much hype that I like knew that I would love. So I was like, let me just, while I know. And freaking cool. This is the Barnes & Noble. Oh, another bookmark. I need to get better at making bookmarks in books. This is the Barnes & Noble. I don't know, this was a special edition, is it? Maybe not. Anyway, loved her, and definitely excited to see where the other 2 go. Also, when I was reading it, I felt like I needed to film that TikTok. It's like, oh, that's Gina. Because I was reading it and I was like, I know these people. There were flashbacks to people in this one. So if you're missing some of your people in this, do not fret. You will get little glimpses of characters that you know and love, and some that you don't necessarily love. But do I have any notes about any of these other books? No. Loved this book, and we'll definitely be reading the other 2. All right. Next time we won't go this long next time, okay? Okay, these babies. So slide them in on the side. Perfect. So these are the 2 I haven't read, but those, we will pick those up once we get to Chicago. And that's next on my list. I've got to get to Chicago. I almost went there for my birthday last year and then decided New York last minute. So I've just been itching to go to Chicago for a minute. Okay, next. Frida, you know where you're going. Here, we're gonna move Never Lie. Actually, the tenant matches a little bit more back here. Oops, sorry guys. The tenant matches were D, and maybe we'll do like that. Next, okay, this one actually and this one are the same author, so let's see. Maybe we'll do them together. Oh, also, let's go ahead and grab. Okay, Light Lark. Nightbane Sky Shade. I guess it should go the opposite way, huh? Since we do this one in the front. This one's just signed, so it's cool to have in the front. It's got some like really cool art of the characters. Okay, but then this one, I think we'll actually. There we go. I like this one being this way because of the like pink metallic pages. I love those. Oh, and then maybe tourist season here. I should be happy also. Okay, I kind of like that. Oh, sorry, you can't see. Okay, what's next? Here's my Geneva. Ooh. Perfection. Yes, okay, and actually, this one needs to come down because I need to read this. And we'll put this with the rest of the Americans. Oh, can it fit there? Ooh. I have to move this Diet Coke. Hold on. It did fit. Okay, let's move this back here. Okay, what else did I know I have some Lisa Jewels. There's some Lisa Garner. Oh, where's my Lisa Jewel? We'll put her down here for now. Okay, looking good. Let's get this one in here for a TBR. Big news. I have decided this is gonna be my next sports romance. In the meantime, well, I can't read Windy City, so there is another book coming out in this one. Or maybe even a few, actually. But I know this is book 1, book 2. Book 3 comes out next year. And these are, like, kind of big. This one's huge. 600 pages almost. Whoop! Hello! So that's the next sports romance I'm going to read. And here's my next dark romance. So we'll have updates on those next time. But for now, here's the rest of my TBR that's not romances. Well, I guess this one probably kind of is. And actually, I think the Quicksilver is considered a romance as well. However, I want to read this one in like the dead of winter. Like that gives such winter. And I need to be in my book. Like books are what save me in the winter. And this gives winter to me as well. But I've been wanting to read this one for probably like a year now. So I need to get on that. But this is a thriller. This is one of her, Megan Miranda's like most well-known thrillers, and this is like one of the only ones I've not read of her. So I'm very excited to read that. Picked this up at a secondhand bookstore. Ooh, very excited to read. This one also gives winter to me, but this one's a signed copy that I found at freaking Marshall's. This, I have actually like really been intrigued by this storyline since I very first heard someone talk about it. It's kind of a psychological thriller, I think. And I found this one at like a TJ Maxx, Home Goods, something. And then this one, I still have not read this one. I'm just, you know, I should have, this is what I should have picked up when I thought that I would have started dating men again. And I would have gotten to the conclusion I'm good again a little bit quicker, I think. But I know this is just going to wreck me, so I haven't been exactly ready for that one yet either. This one also is just, this one's always just somewhere fun because I think it's just so cute. And then this is actually a notebook, but I liked the end cap of it. But this is my TBR. Is this your first Chloe Wash book?
Yep.
3/4?
So I've listened to a couple of days on Spotify, just as like I'm Sunday resetting or whatever. And so I finished the part 1 last night. And it ends on the most cliffhanger of all cliffhangers.
Is there part 1 and part 2 in the book?
Yes, like Spotify couldn't handle all of it in one. So there's 2 different Spotify things.
Here's where I'm at.
Cute.
So I'm like opposite you. I'm a little bit
Where will I
less than
put this
half.
when I'm done?
You'll have to have room for the whole, that's a big old series.
Well, once I get done with the series, I'll probably put like a new little thing for
Yeah.
it. But like, which one does this go with the most?
I would put it
Is
with
it
like
this one,
pages.
right?
Like you only do TV or
These 2 are, I can't go here. It's only Colleen and then Knock 'Em Out.
yeah.
These are all red.
I feel like at this point you might even need to just have to put another one of those up.
You think?
Yeah.
Where? The TV really threw everything off.
Unless you want to have, this always can be moved to, well I guess it's because that's right there. Maybe even right here by your nook, you know? Like it would be fun to be able to stack a book there as you're reading.
Yeah.
Like a reverse
I can't
cover
put it
table.
that way. I know you love the pictures,
I know.
but I can't put it that way. Yeah, it's cute. I don't love this cover because look how like easy this is to like, every time I move something on it, it gets a little indent on it.
Interesting.
I know. So it's really been less intimidating than I expected. And they're not even to like what I hope is the prime. Like if we don't get to the prime, then I really don't know if I have hope for this series.
You guys! It's a Friday night and Annica just called me and she said, McKays, after work, and I said, they don't close till 10 p.m. They don't close, so we're about to have a nighttime McKays trip. We've never done this. Very excited. Bringing these so I can lock in. The reason that this is kind of happening is because today they posted on their stories that their romance section was restocked and it was shelves deep. So, which that's Annica's vibe, and she's currently in, I'll have her tell you how much she is in, which she has explained up until this point that she was reading Binding 13, but she flew through the second book in like 2 days. She's read 1,200 pages in 2 weeks. She started trying to tell me about it this morning and started crying about the story. Like, she's obsessed. It's so fun. So we are gonna go. I've got some books that I've been saving for winter. I kind of seasonally read to an extent, but I do have some, like Quicksilver, I feel like it gives me winter vibes. So I've been waiting till like January to like read that. Maybe December. But we're gonna be busy in December. I feel like is that Phantasma? Phantasma, please, I've not started reading it yet, so if I say it wrong. That one gives me winter vibes too. I don't know what season it's set in. I'm judging a book by its cover. Anyway, let's go, McKays. Wow, I love seeing her in the wild. I hope you go to someone great. What? You've been looking what's the Are you sick to your stomach right now? Tell them right now.
I almost bought this.
You've been on the hunt for this though, and isn't it like $50 right now new? I've looked for it the last few times.
Like, are we serious?
Oh.
I think maybe it's missing a record.
I can't believe that. Records are genuinely like 50 bucks, they said.
No?
Whoa, Annica, that is, and that's gonna look so good on your. This is. I mean, this is. You knew this. You had a feeling. Also, I didn't even know that they made a paper copy of this novella. It's like a little novella of the house. With this movie coming out, I need to reread. How is somebody already?
There was only one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wouldn't like have even guessed that you would have ever. It's not been out long enough to have.
I was feeling lucky and looked for Tate McRae and Role Model, and there was one. But I got this for $23.
Oh my gosh! My dad, I have this book, and my dad loves it. I'm getting this for him. My dad literally almost was like, "Can I have that?" And I was like, "Oh, there's another one. I'll get one from that." Oh, okay. I feel like I need to read this. I'm not really wanting to spend. I have 4 books so far, and like I really don't want to spend more than like 30 or 40. So it's gonna be a no this time. But let me know if I need to read this one. I feel like I do. I like looking at some of these for like coffee table books. Like sometimes there'll be Good Countries, or like over here with that Nashville. There was literally like 5 of those Nashville books that I have. Look, there's another one. Oh, see how pretty? $1. Wee!
Hey y'all. We're waiting on the light, but
All time. You really popped off.
yes, I feel like I got one more than this.
Yeah, you definitely did. And I kept all this stuff hidden from her, and it's been like 2 days. And
They need to be on my shelf.
I kept them all hidden from her because I was like, we have to do a haul before we, that light. We have to do a haul. And then I went to do the haul this morning, and I noticed the bag was half empty.
Oh, yeah.
I did end up if you're my family, please skip 30 seconds. I did get 2 of these. I have this book. I got it from, honestly, I spent like over $30 on the one I have. And these were both $5. I got mine at an antique store, and they had several of these. It's just like Then and Now Nashville's, but now the then and this now was over 20 years ago. So I think it was 2020 or 2000. It's like, how do you say that? 2000.
So I got 2 series and then 3 individual. I don't think that these are technically like a series, but they are intertwined. So the first series I got, if they have names, please tell me, like the Boys of Toman or like the Knock 'Em Out, but I don't know if they have names because I haven't done a lot of research.
Well, this is a B&M exclusive.
I know they both are. This one's about just like powerful people and like jobs and like the romance of it all, so I thought that sounded really fun.
Gorgeous.
I really like all my Carly books that I've read so far, and like I said, I think these intertwine, but also they're just really pretty.
You read the One Golden Summer?
And
like Meet Me on the Lake or something? No, that's Meet Me on the Lake.
One Golden Summer and Every Summer After. So
they're gorgeous covers.
those two. And then I got this 3-book series, The Fine Print, Final Offer, and Terms and Conditions. Again, just like business of creating fairy tales, theme parks, production companies, 5-star hotels, everything could be renovated to a dreamland.
Okay, you have to tell him I did say that you were, because you don't talk to him since you were about halfway into binding 13.
Whew. So now I'm done with binding 13 and keeping 13, and now I'm reading Release. I really need to get the names down. I'm saving 6, I think, because she's saving him. I don't want to make any comments until I'm done with the series.
It's her favorite series of all time.
Yeah, it's taken over Knock 'Em Out. But I can't, like my thoughts have already changed so much on the 13 duo since starting 6. I don't think I need to say anything about the characters until I'm done with all of them. Okay. And there's still 2 that haven't been released. So I think that my perspective is going to change on all the characters as I learn about the different stories. Okay. Because each number is a different main character.
Yeah. And it's like with My Windy City, how they're like a friend group intertwined. This is a team intertwined, right? Are they all rugby players?
I can't. It's too much. It's like I can't even like. It's too much.
We've lost her. I walked into her room the other night and she is this big, smiling, watching fan edits. We have a guest.
Leah's back.
Hey! Okay, my turn. You're released.
My wall art.
I still can't believe this happened to us.
So can I take these without being like put in jail now?
First of all, okay, come on.
Can I?
Yes.
I have wanted Man's Best Friend, Miss Possessive, and Kansas City More on vinyl for so long, and I just like all of those would equal over $100, and I just like can't bring myself to do that. So I walked into McKays, and there was one Man's Best Friend.
25 freaking bucks.
23.
It's
23.
60 at the store.
Yep. Hi, gorgeous.
It is perfect.
Yeah, and it has like all the posters and everything still in it.
Gorgeous.
So
great McKay's haul. Okay, next up. I knew I would stumble upon this when the time was right for me. I just like know when I need a Frida book, and so when I'm in need of a Frida book, this is her first hardcover ever. I think obviously like Book of the Month has some, but this is one of her first hardcovers. Wonder what this is gonna be about. No idea. Okay, next up. Look how cute this little novella is. I read this on Annica's Kindle because it was like on Kindle Unlimited or something. So I was like, let me just borrow that to read this. Honestly, I don't have a clue what was in this story. It has really genuinely been so long because The Housemaid was one of the first 10 books that I like read when I was getting back into reading, and it was one of the ones that like stuck with me. Like I couldn't wait for the second one. I couldn't wait for the third one. And then when the movie was announced, it was so exciting because a lot of times the romance girlies get all the movies. The thriller girls don't get that many, so I'm excited. I am going to do a whole reread of the series before the movie comes out, which I think is pretty freaking soon, so I need to actually get on that. You know what? We'll go ahead and get this down because I'm about to go to my sister's, and it will be great. I do think I do have it on audiobook because I was listening to a lot of books first when I got back into reading, and so I think I have it on Audible. That'll be great if I do, and I can just listen to that while I'm driving to my sister's. But how cute is this? I do want to get it cleaned off first, but how cute. Also, a way that you can clean your books and make sure that they're really truly, obviously I clean like these with Clorox wipes and things, super easy to clean with Clorox wipes, but if you put them in a bag, just any sort of plastic bag, garbage bag, Walmart bag, Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer, kills all bacteria. Next up, I have, actually let me go see what it is. The Family Remains, and it is actually the sequel to this book, I believe, or I think this one's first. I guess I need to double check, but I haven't read the other one because this one, I needed to read this one first. So I was excited to come across this one. Okay, I feel like I'm probably gonna read a thriller next, maybe, I don't know. But I just really am open to romance reading now. Who would have thought that was gonna be on my 2025 bingo card? I did not. I never like cared about romance, and I personally looked at it with like disdain because I was just like, that's just not, there's not gonna be a situation where that interests me or that like keeps me, or like I also like just don't like crying when I don't like feeling things. Like I feel too much all the time, so I don't want to feel things in books sometimes. But anyway, I feel like I have found my like happy medium with darkerish romances or sports romances. Like I really do love those two, and so why break up a good thing? I've heard great things, and I love a series, and there's hella books in this series, and it is darker from what I've understood, but I'm really excited. I'm really, really, really excited. I think I've heard good things. I really love that there's so many fucking books, because if there's one thing I can eat, hyperfixations. That's why I love a series. So if you have any thoughts on this guy, let me know. One of my main inspirations behind this is one of my favorite book talk, book all the things. Larry reads. She raves about these. I've heard great things, and I kind of like feel bad about all these like I've watched probably thousands of book YouTube videos, and I've always like skipped past the romance, not watched the romance ones. So I'm excited to finally, like, now that I do, I'm accepting of my newfound likeness for some romance. Look who's joining us for our review this time.
Hello, everyone.
Our book vlog.
Boy, do I have a lot to say.
I'm not gonna stay here the whole time because I'm gonna listen, but I feel like I know this series now too.
Like, I'm sorry, hello, she's a scholar.
And this is not even all the ones that are out, right?
No, there's one that I don't have that's out, and then there's 2 being released in 2026. So I love you, Chloe. If we could get on that, I'm gonna really, really crash out, because I'm in the world now. Between this book, I think it was between the binding and the keepings, it was 5 years. If it wasn't these two, then it was the next one. But I'm fairly certain it was between 1 and 2.
One was like 2018, and then...
I'm not kidding. Skip forward 10 seconds if you don't want, like, just the most tiny bit spoiler. When I was reading this book, the number one thing... Look at all these pages, first of all. Thick book. The number one thing I saw was, do not finish this book until this one's in your hand. Because
you'll want to take their own.
The way that this book ends, sorry, I gotta get through the, last words of Binding 13. Make a choice, Mom, him or us. Chapter 1, title, him or us. Picks up exactly the same words. And that's how you do a series. Oh, where do I even start?
The thing is, I bought this book for her probably a year ago.
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off.
Because I was like, surely she'll like it, and it's so pretty with the
I have thought multiple times, like, I would not have appreciated this book at any other point except for the time I'm reading it right now.
Your reading journey really, like, has just put you exactly where it needed to put you.
And, like, just the vibes of it all, like, it's always, like, raining there, and so with this season, like...
I'll let you kind of take over, but this is the Boys of Tommen series.
Boys of Tommen.
She knows so much more about Ireland than I ever thought she would. You'll have to tell them about the Thanksgiving
Yeah, seriously, I could go on for forever.
It's taken over her literal life.
It has. So, you start with Binding 13. Mom got this for me just because it was, like, a pretty book. It was super cute. This is a Barnes exclusive, I think. She's stunning, but the size always, like, overwhelmed me. And so, I didn't start it until I was like, okay, I want a good series. Like, I want to be locked in. Close the door so you can't hear the cats. So, I finally started it. This one has 606 pages, which is slightly longer than the Knock 'em Out series, but it is longer. So, I started reading it. I had it in my hands to start reading when I went to UMass, and I just never finished. Like, I never even started on the train or anything, I don't think. I think I may have read, like, 4 chapters, maybe. But then once it started, like, I was in it. Like, in it. So, this is, I will say, Mom, once I started becoming addicted to it, wanted to start reading it, but they do have quite a few trigger warnings, so just keep that in mind. I don't know how to... I'll go book by book, and if you haven't read the books, then just, like, skip forward, because I'm trying not to give spoilers, but, like, this one has physical abuse in it, and emotional abuse, and slight by reach sexual abuse, but it doesn't go too much into detail, but very heavy physical abuse, so if you have any kind of trigger warning with that, I would not recommend this book at all. And it's also about people in high school. So one of the things that I first said when Mom wanted to read this was like, hey, it is about high school people. Like, if you don't want the younger crowd, don't read this. And she was like, okay, not reading it. And then once I started listing some of the triggers for her, she was like, yeah, absolutely not reading that. So Binding 13 is about a girl who goes to school. She's very bullied at school, and then also her home life is not the best. not the best. And then she ends up transferring to a private school, Toman, Boys of Toman series. So she transfers to the school of Toman and falls in love with a rugby player. It's just too cute. His name is Johnny, her name is Shannon. He accidentally hits her with like a rugby ball and she like goes down, and then like from that day he's like trying to look after her and trying to figure out like why she has all these bruises on her and like defends her. And it's just a whole story. And so she ends up like really falling in love with him, and he falls in love with her, and they end up going through a lot together. So then that's Binding 13. Binding 13 is called what it is because of the numbers. The numbers all correlate. So this is Keeping 13, then Saving 6, and then Redeeming 6, and then Taming 7. So all the numbers are jersey numbers of rugby. So Johnny is number 13, and then Joey is number 6, and so you kind of get how that goes. Binding is a rugby term for like keeping the ball or catching the ball. So it's called Binding 13 for Keeping 13. So yeah, then that leads into book 2. Keeping 13 is about the struggles that Johnny and Shannon go through to stay together post like deciding they want to be together. I'm gonna also pull up the timeline that I saw because it helps me a lot. So like it's not in chronological order because each number is about someone different. Like this starts where this starts, but then this ends also where this ends, but then the rest of them intertwine. So I'm not even like fully in the series yet, and it'll go like past where I've stopped reading right now, but these will end at the same spot. The 13 and 6 doubles will end at the same spot. So here's a little timeline. You can stop and screenshot it if you're gonna read the series. But Binding 13 and Keeping 13 is one timeline. And then Saving 6 picks up where Binding 13 starts. And then Releasing 6 goes all the way down. I'm just not realizing this. And then Taming 7 is from where in the middle of Keeping 13 to the end of Releasing 6. And then Releasing 10 goes all the way up to the top. So it's just like it's a mess. But if you have trigger warnings of skip this if you haven't read the series. If you have trigger warnings of teen pregnancy, don't read the series. You could read 13. Like you could read just the 13s and like be done with it. If you want to go on to the like deeper part of the series, don't. I have no notes on 7 yet, but 7 is about Gypsy and 7 is about Gypsy and Claire. Gypsy and Claire. I'm actually really excited to read their story. They seem very interesting. So Johnny and Shannon are 13, and then Joey is the number 6. Joey is Shannon's brother, and so it's like and Joey is very like foundational part of Shannon, and so it really shows like the behind the scenes of what Joey was going through when Shannon would always go to him, and it's really, really crazy to read. I think I started Binding. Let me see if it's on my Goodreads. I genuinely like started reading these books exactly when I needed to, and like it is such a good series, and it's very easy, in my opinion, easy to read. Like I feel like a lot of times when things are very wordy, I have to go back and reread the same section 100 different times, and I've not had to do that with this one. It is based in Ireland, so there is like Irish lingo, but Chloe puts like a glossary at the beginning of all of the books so that you can reference back if you don't like know what they're saying, but usually like in context or once you read just one book, you kind of have an idea of all the lingo. Okay, read, and then when did I read Binding 13? Did it tell me when I started it? No, I think I literally started reading this maybe like November 1st. I think I genuinely started reading Binding 13 November 1st, and I have read Binding 13, Keeping 13, Saving 6, and I'm gonna probably finish Redeeming 6 within the next couple of days, all in like probably a month span. And I have, I'm a reader, but mom still is like the reader of the family. If you want to genuinely like indulge in a hobby of reading, this will get you hooked. So, all in all, also, don't even get me started on the fact that Mom tried to explain to me the logic of it, but it just won't happen. This book is 606 pages, and this book is, like 770. Why is the first one bigger? 606, 770. Huh? Literal number of pages. This one has more. Sure? Okay. So, I'll check back in when I'm done with the series, but if there's one thing I can influence you to do in your life, it's read this series. And also, it does help a lot to have it on audiobook too. So we have an Audible subscription as well as like all of our library resources. And so I like genuinely have not watched TV and have not really listened to music that much since I started the series, because during my workouts even, I'm listening to it on audiobook, and then I pick it back up when it's time to be in like the sauna and stuff and I can actually physically read it. But like my entire drive to Alabama, I just listened to my book, and that definitely helped with my timeline and everything. So if you do like audiobooks as well, I do recommend doing both. But what a phenomenal series. What, like, this is my babies now. Love them. Okay, talk to you when I'm done with the series.
And that will do it for Vlogmas Day 4. I truly hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas as much as we are. I'm filming this in real time, so I hope that you're okay with me filming a vlog over the course of like a month, but sometimes I just have to have a couple in the bank for Vlogmas just to make it a little bit easier, make things flow. Also, we've got some really crazy stuff going down this Vlogmas, and y'all understand more soon, but I always love the book vlog. And actually, our next vlog is also gonna be a sort of book vlog. We are back in real time. I have a little bit more filmed for one other vlog that's gonna be later in Vlogmas. I had some pre-filmed, but it will also be a mainly in real time vlog as well. And you'll want the backstory on that, and you'll want all the filming on that. So otherwise, they are all filmed literally the day before they're posted, straight to the editing machine and then straight out to you guys. Thank you so much for watching Vlogmas Day 4, and I will see you very soon in the next one.